Generally, any plugin that's been developed for Chrome browser is fair game.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, pretty much everything.
I haven't followed it much. That's why I'm just kind of checking it out a little bit.
Well, there's a lot of options. A lot. Yeah, that's
She's saying they didn't have any Mercedes-Benz vehicles and it was not ready. It's like, I gave you guys 2 months.
Confirmed, right?
They did demand.
I just need somebody, yeah, I'm on it. That's more than Friday. Last week I said it was busy. My wife, I mean, these people. Just on gas. My niece on the plug in and I drop them off and I go down to I drop them off and I go down to the Santa Clara Water District. And recharge. Plug in, I go across the street, do a trailing listen to the thing, and go try to make a strong here, and I go there, gap to raise a little bit. Get recharged,
Monty Python, the Flying Circus.
Good morning. I hope I don't get sued for that. Now that we all have had a chance to get something to eat, I'm glad that our own current Vice President, Kent Upsaki, thought of bringing fruit. Thank you, Kent, and thank you for the gigantic pot of coffee.
Thank you.
And if you could, please make a donation. It's not free yet. So, welcome.
I have a quick question. Why do we get emails about this?
Emails about the intro?
That's the only way I can function. I don't go Facebook.
I sent out a request saying, bring, if you have a Mercedes B-Class or a smart car, please come to our meeting. That was my
That
email.
was your deal.
Yeah, I received it.
And then I updated it again saying the VW will also be here. Now it turns out, I thought about crossing off the Bischoff Mercedes-Benz and the Smart San Jose because they're not here at all. And they won't be here. I'm sorry that I called you all here to see these wonderful cars that won't be here this time. They called me during the week and said, we can't make it. We ran out of B-classes. That's how much people love them. So I said, well, you have smarts, right? Didn't want to bring those either. So hopefully next meeting, but next meeting will be the national meeting, which I'll get to shortly. So, but we do have the VW Golf, thank goodness. and at some point, hopefully, I don't know where he went. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we'll be able to speak to that toward the end here. It doesn't have to say much, but I am going to speak about my smart as well. So let's get to it. Oops. So yes, you guys probably know that the November meeting was canceled. Sorry that went that way, but we didn't have anybody to speak, and it wasn't as easy to get anything together. So we just pretty much pushed everything to the holiday party. We had a lot of people at the holiday party. It sounds like that might happen again. 90 total registrations. I don't know if that many people actually showed, but it was pretty fun, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people went to the holiday party. Good, about a little bit less than half. Awesome. So that was at the Nissan Research Center up North Sunnyvale on the 12th. And then SF Leafs had their January meeting, which I did not get to attend. My wife, her birthday fell on that day, so sorry I didn't get to go. But how many did you guys get to go to the meeting? 2 people, okay. All righty, so. In February, the National Electric Auto Association meeting will be held on the last day of the month. Normally, we would have a meeting on the 3rd Saturday, but we defer to the 4th Saturday for the last meeting, and then hopefully we'll get Kia corporate, or at least the local Kia people, to come and talk about the Kia Soul. That we've been to the SF Leafs meeting. You've probably seen it, and David Heron here has spoken about it many times. So maybe he'll get to if you guys haven't seen his cool little car yet, then check it out after. In March, I hope we can get Energica to come. I'm also hoping that sometime either in February or March we can get Bashoff to come back. I don't know if they're going to be sold out again. So, I mean, it's great that they're sold out, but it doesn't help us for demoing vehicles. So Energica is an Italian e-motorbike company, and that's down there in the lower right-hand corner. And they were here, I believe, Jerry said in December, right? You said they were here in December, Jerry?
November.
Oh, November, okay. All right, so I do want to make a forward announcement about stuff that's happening in April. There's always a lot of Earth Day stuff per the image in the top right-hand corner. Cupertino Earth Day is probably our biggest turnout. We had, at least 10 to 15 members show up for that event. It was awesome. I really liked that one. That was really fun. And so we know a lot of people for that day. That'll be on the 11th. I already signed us up for that. Also, don't normally have a April meeting, just because there's so much stuff going on in April regarding Earth Day. But FreeWire Tech wanted that date. So if you haven't heard of FreeWire Tech, they make a mobile EVSV. And it's kind of a neat thing. It actually does exist. It's not just vaporware. It's a little box on wheels. It's big, maybe 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide and 5 feet long. It actually has a Nissan Leaf pack in it, full 24 kilowatt pack. And it drives itself around corporate parking lots and charges other cars. So you don't have to move yours if someone's done with theirs. Anyways, I don't know what their pricing is on that, but hopefully they'll come and tell us all about it. And then Earth Day is April 22nd. I haven't signed up for any of the other events, but that's because no one's put theirs up yet. So we'll see what happens in the next couple months. All right, so officer elections.
Quickie, can you go back to slide?
Sure.
On the 18th, you will need this room on the 18th then?
I would hope. we
Okay,
can.
I'll plan for it.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
And we also get the 21st. We get the 21st too?
March.
March 21st?
Oh, March, of course.
Okay, good.
But normally we don't do April.
Yeah, we don't, yeah, right. Maybe meet now. We're Nissan hosting this. Okay, so officer elections. What's up?
Could we move that over to May, because April is swamped. I'm usually got myself going in 3 directions at once all April. I'm retired, so I go to all of this stuff. I'm pretty burned out. Could we move that to May?
It could be moved, but let's just wait until it gets closer to the date to say move or not move.
Okay.
So Okay, so in officer elections, which is probably the more primary point here since our big ticket item didn't come. And I just wanted to point out who is currently or was previously in those positions. Myself, President Wes Lambert, and then George Vitek, who was previously the Vice President for a short time. And then Kent, thank you, Kent, for being our Vice President and taking care of so much of the workload from the rally. And then Maddie Hausman, our illustrious treasurer, all the way back here with Paula Marina. And although they are not not officers, they're basically honorary officers who've done an incredible amount of work.
Executive Steering Committee.
Yeah, there you go. Incredible amount of work at pulling contacts together and getting all the amazing things done with the city of Cupertino and organization for the rally and the world record. And if Jeff were here, I would have to bow to him because he helped us immensely as well. He's practically a member, an officer in a sense, an honorary officer. So I'd like to start with the voting. Let's start from the back here and say, who would like to be treasurer? Here, actually, I don't have the listings for treasurer, but the treasurer, yeah, treasurer tracks the expenses of the club and is one of the contacts for the club. Would anyone like to be a treasurer? They get to do lots of finance fun stuff. So
I am willing to do it again if nobody volunteers.
So I take it no one else wants to.
Hey,
Anybody on the internet that are watching? No? Oh, I can't hear you. That's probably because you can't talk. All right, Vice President. Would anyone else like to volunteer to become Vice President outside of Kent? Vice President is to help organize the meetings, be another primary contact for the club. No? Nobody else wants to try this job? Okay. Okay. Ken, are you still up for it? All right. Well, let's say we got our Vice President. And finally, the President position. Is anyone else? I swear, this is a fun job. I like it.
You can have it.
I'll second that.
You have the support of the Political Action Committee.
There you go.
What? There's no right of action.
No, Paul ran for president once, but I have a feeling he's busy. So,
Congratulations on your reelection.
all right. I really hope this continues because I really want to be president when we break the world record again in 2017. So,
Do you think you're going to lose it, the world record?
no, break our own record.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know Huntington Beach talking about it, but I really don't think it'll. Yeah, if you guys are watching, I dare you. We're gonna hit the 1,000 car mark in 2017, if not 2,000. So, and now that I know I'm on board with Rolf, we'll be looking forward to using Moffett Field for the parade. You don't have all those interactions like we did.
Wonderful.
So,
Go out on the airfield and string us out, huh?
I've already mapped out a 6-mile route, so
Nice.
Wow, cool.
I look
Get my
forward
batteries
to
charged.
doing that. Anyways, so Beshoff's not here, Smart's not here, but I will speak to that. Can we get our friendly eGolf salesman up here to talk about the eGolf? Sorry, I never got your name, so sorry I haven't told you who he is.
All right.
Tom, and he will speak to the, you need any presentation materials?
No,
That's good, okay, all right.
we wing it.
Thanks for showing up.
Actually, I appreciate being here. I'm one of the few car salesmen that's actually a car enthusiast. And to give you some background, my specialty is basically sports racing cars of the 50s and 60s. And I'm a SCCA judge as well as Concours judge at Pebble Beach. So I also sell the Lotus. which I remember the guys coming in, measuring the back of the Lotus Elise for something called a Tesla Roadster. And found out they had to stretch it out a bit, but there are pictures of a Tesla Roadster going along the assembly line with normal gas engine Elises. And I understand that they're going to add a battery pack and be able to go 400 miles. And I was being a car enthusiast, it's nothing like sitting in a Tesla Roadster and going for a drag race. The eGolf, just to give you a background, the electronics lab in Belmont was instrumental in it. And back around 2012, I was deputy director of the Palo Alto Concours, and some of you may have shown some of your electric cars there because we always invited them. But they had a prototype there of the older
Ducati.
Skoda, Bugatti, and this chassis that you're looking at out here is the same chassis on the Audi A3. It's the same thing, so you could do an A3 electric car like that.
Give me a year.
Let's follow that. VW has made several press releases saying that they want to be a leader in electric stuff
Yes.
by 2017.
Yeah.
So do you see anything coming that really indicates that that's true?
Yes. Okay, now, if we're talking not just electric, but also plug-in hybrid, in about 2 years, you're going to see some new cars. You have to understand that manufacturers are like turning a aircraft carrier, and it doesn't happen really quickly. So, so this is just the start. Now, what they've showed us down in Atlanta in November was a 7-passenger plug-in hybrid where it'll go 30, 40 miles on pure electric and then have a gas engine kick in, 7-passenger vehicle. The other is that they're working on a plug-in diesel hybrid. So that you're talking 70, 80 miles per gallon is what it would be rated at. So there's more things coming. Not all of them are pure electric.
So is Volkswagen selling any other electric cars in Europe? And does Volkswagen have any plans for additional electric models, all electric models?
Yeah, I think it's called the E-Up, which is a small, it's small, much smaller than the Bell. Volkswagen doesn't think that smaller car, that's as small as we get, because I'd love to have a Polo or something like that. Yeah.
I've been waiting 25 years.
Yeah, so, but they don't, they've shifted their manufacturing to different areas. So for example, the new Golf, except for this one's made in Wilsburg, but the other Golfs that you see are made in Mexico. So the idea is to shift the manufacturing to the area that they're going to sell the cars in. And that takes a little bit of time. That new plug-in hybrid is going to be built in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So
How about a longer range EV, pure EV? Is that in the works too somewhere?
Audi. And I'm not privy to Audi's plans, but Audi already has their plans already ready as a Tesla fighter. Yeah.
Is it possible to adjust those driver settings, the driver modes, or while he's driving?
Yeah, while you're driving, yeah. Yeah, there's a little button, there's 2 ways, they always make 2 ways. There's a button for the modes and there's a push button on the screen, touch screen. So you can change them on the fly. Yeah, on the fly, yeah.
So what does this car have that the Leaf doesn't have?
Very good. Because we have a Leaf dealership 15 feet from where I sit. Okay, so the difference would be, it's much quieter, much more refined and finished. It has an independent suspension all the way around instead of a bar at the back. In terms of the driving mode, I think the new Leafs have a B for your regeneration.
Yeah, they've had that since 2013.
Yeah, so they have that. So you have this little button that you can pull back. There's four different regeneration modes that you have that you can control that you don't have on the Leaf. You have the other different modes. I don't think that they have the driving modes of the Echo and Echo Plus, and I don't think you can change that.
Well, they've got Eco and not Eco.
Okay, so we have one more than they do.
Yeah, the bottom end Leaf doesn't have.
Right, doesn't have the supercharger.
I think they added it in 15.
I'm not sure. There's like.
But yes, Eco, not Eco.
There's 50 Leafs in the lot next to us.
Right.
So.
But yeah, I figured this is new, so what?
Yeah.
I'm sure they looked at the Leaf.
Yeah, what we did, we borrowed an i3 Mercedes or a BMW, and then we have the Leaf, and then this one. We were driving them around for a couple of hours to see what the differences were. It's mostly quietness. If I go and close the door.
Did you take a decibel meter so you can tell me how much?
Yeah, it's a lot. Drive it. you'll know.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
Have you switched between different regeneration models? What's the user interface for changing regen?
Yeah, you have a little center display in between where there would be a tach, but now there's a power meter and then a speedometer. And the Germans like to have everything analog, so that you have knobs and buttons and things that are all very visible. And so you have an information display. And in the information display, anytime you move the mode to B or to D or use regeneration, they call it recuperation. And it shows you, there's an icon, big old icon that shows you, if you're in number 1, number 2, or number 3.
And you can change that independent of the eco mode.
That's correct. It's happening, it's a stick shift.
Having been in Europe this summer, I understand the appeal of the little smart car, the e-smart car there, because parking is at a premium and they can fit in the tiniest little niche there. But I'm wondering, I never felt that was the best choice in the States for a car, but I understand the appeal in Europe. But what's the range?
70 to 90 miles.
70 to 90 miles on a smart car?
No,
No, I mean the little smart car, the little 2-passenger.
I don't know.
60,
Weston
80,
is.
I think.
Oh, really?
My sister has one.
Okay.
So this guy's.
You have a backup camera and heated seats.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
And you have sensors, front and rear.
What do the sensors do?
Beep at you as you get closer to an object, both front and rear.
Does it have an app that you can use on your smartphone
Yes.
to access the car?
Yes.
What features does that include?
That's the remote starting. You can lock and unlock the car. It's pretty simple. I have a Volt, so to let you know, it's very similar. They use OnStar, what's called CarNet. Looks like. I think they use the same people.
Is that API accessible?
Yeah, you can remote start.
Oh, they ain't done that to warm up.
Yeah.
No, but the inside does.
Is the API accessible to the public or no? The application API, is it accessible to the public? Really?
It's right off that app. If you need.
So like the Volt,
You go to the Apple store. You get through the Apple store.
No, API means application programming interface. It's a way to access functionality in the app. That would be program based. Okay. Well, I'm just saying with the Volt, you can dump like was it Chevy Volt Stats or voltstats.org or something .net or something. No, I know. I mean there's a website for Volt Stats that will actually upload all your stats from your phone, from the functionality of the Volt itself to the website.
Yes.
Can you do the same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Does it have surround cameras like the Leaf does for parking?
Surround cameras, no. The Toric's the only one that has that. It has 4 different cameras. It looks like you're standing on top looking down because you can see.
So Leaf does the same thing. It's great for parking.
It doesn't have that. The Germans expect you to turn the wall.
These actually stock now, or is there still waiting lists?
They're in stock.
All colors or?
No. Very good question. The first 3 colors were the white, the silver, and the blue. Okay. Yesterday morning I got a black one and I got a black one, so that's different. There's a night blue that's around, but I don't happen to have it. There's 2 different kinds of grays. I haven't seen those on the computer. I don't think there's any in the US yet. And the 2 various grays. That's typically German. You have silver and then various grades of silver until you get to 5. That's the
These are new kinds of cars coming to market. When does the next model year come over? And is this officially a?
It's a 15.
What is this car?
This is a 15.
Mike.
Got interested. It's a 15, and they go until about August. as I understand, Volkswagen's going to send 5,000 of these cars over. They're, like I said, they're made in Wolfsburg. And you can tell because they have a electric parking brake and all the American Golfs have levers. So I look inside and go, God, so that's how you can tell if it's American made or not. They said 5,000. There's 11 states that they're going to sell it in. And believe me, the marketing guys have come to our dealership. They know exactly where the target is. And they're looking at Leaf for all the statistics because they think the Leaf has been around long enough to get some data. And so they, the Bay Area is like, we're bigger than Los Angeles in terms of electric cars. Which is
We should know, we hold the record.
But yeah, the Silicon Valley, we're going to get as many as we want.
The comment on that is that there's the 60% BEV sales in Northern California and 60% of plug-in sales in Southern California. They switch because of geography.
Mm-hmm.
We like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that rather interesting that the, I know a dealer of Nissan Leafs in Los Angeles, and he has a dealership up here. He flies into San Carlos Airport and he looks and sees what's in our stock as he's flying in. We have the abandoned movie theater lot next door to us. If you ever want to see 50 Leafs, they're lined up. So anybody want to go for a test drive?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
What?
Yes.
Sybil had a question about the range on the Smart.
Okay.
What is it?
Yeah, well, I know not many people are, let me just start off by saying, I love my Smart. I'm a huge advocate. I've got tons of swag in my bag if anybody wants a sticker or a button or something. And I'm sure Smart 7 would be very happy to hear me say that. I was recently talking with one of our members who's not, I don't believe he's here right now, mainly because he's on vacation, but also because his Smart died, which was kind of sad, but it just turned out to be a battery issue. So they're good about that. If your battery fails, they will replace it without charging you. That's true. Complete. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter where it fails at. If it fails, automatic replacement, doesn't matter what your deal is, lease or buy. So I appreciate that. All the people who own lease are like, I have the lease deal or the lease battery pack deal where at 80% or less, they will automatically replace the battery, even if there's a new one out. Oh, you want the 30 kilowatt? Yeah, no problem. So the range of a smart car EPA is 68, but that's of course based on the ridiculous driving habits of ICE car drivers. We have a 90-mile club on the Smart Car of America forums for people who've made over 90 miles of range driving, basically coasting through town. I've reached 86 miles on a single charge, so I know it's possible. Freeway driving, one of the members of the Smart Car of America Club has very heavy lead foot, and he averages 58 to 60 miles. But that's because he drives only on the freeway and only at the top speed of the vehicle. And this is another complaint. One of the guys in the forum said, but the car is limited to, according to the speedometer, 78 miles per hour. But because all smart cars, at least electric versions, are 10% off, that's more like 72.
Oh.
So it really doesn't go faster. I mean, it'll go faster downhill, but it won't, you cannot force the vehicle to go faster than effectively 72 miles per hour, which is not illegal to go 72 miles an hour, but means passing is a little challenging. What's up, Mike?
I was going to say that is not uncommon. Even my Prius is 4% over speed. That shows 4%. Remember, that if it does that, one, your car has higher performance, and two, the warranty is on fewer miles than the warranty is. So to the manufacturer, it's a win-win. And the customer thinks, oh, I'm going faster or I'm going farther. And so a few percent is typically 4 or 5% is what most manufacturers actually put in. I found that from a lot of.
Right, is that for just for electrics or?
That's for all the gas cars. After all, if you're a manufacturer, you have a tolerance on your accuracy of the speed. You're going to make it so that the thing
underperforms or overperforms.
Yeah, you want it so that your warranty is reduced and the person thinks they're getting a better performance. And of course, if you 50% would be a little, they wouldn't believe it. So 5%?
Another question.
How heavy is it and how many kilowatts is in the car?
The Smart is 2,530, I believe, GVWR, 1,115 kilograms. So yeah, about 2,500 pounds.
2,500 pounds.
What was the other part of the question?
Kilowatts.
17.6 kilowatt pack. So, and the only major drawback, which I really wish I'd seen beforehand, but Wadey made a good point about this. 3.3 kilowatt hour charging rate. It's really about as slow as the Mitsubishi i-Wave, and unfortunately it's not bad if you're only going to charge at home and you're really only going to travel within town, which is pretty much all I do. I've gone to Oakland once and Redwood City and Gilroy once. I had to recharge for Gilroy, but it's not, you really don't want to take it out of town because a 5.5 hour recharge is, well, a long recharge. But in Germany, you can get it 22 kilowatt DC fast charge. It's not here. And that's because I don't know, what's the typical voltage of DC fast charge? 400 volt or 480 volt?
Actually, the fast charge is a 3-phase AC fast charge.
Okay. Well, they said that with the DC, it's a 400 volt, it's set for Germany only, and they just don't make that here. So I thought it was SA combo because it looked like it when I was looking at the picture, but I don't know what they're actually trying to do with it. So the range, like I said, 68, I've squeezed as much as 90. Oh yeah, the thing that Wadey made a point of, she asked me how much I paid. Now I got the leased battery deal where they knock $5,000 off the price of the car. And then you pay $8 a month plus tax forever, or until you buy the battery pack out. And that is, I think my actual loan came to $18,500 after taxes. $18,500, like $18,666 or something. And that's before the federal and state rebates. So think, 10 grand more off of 18,600. That's less than 9 grand. So I got a $9,000 car, electric. Yeah, it doesn't have much range, but compared to even a Leaf, but it's 9 grand for a car is a good deal.
Especially an electric.
Especially brand new.
Yeah.
So that was the baseline model with absolutely nothing on it. It does come stock with the stereo and air conditioning and the little glass roof thing. So they tried to up the features just because they know the battery pack's expensive, but they said that once battery prices come down a little bit more, I think the battery pack at the time was $400 per kilowatt, and actually once it starts hitting the $100 per kilowatt range, the price of the car could be, the same price as the gas model, which is brand new 13K. I don't even know if you could get a rebate after that. Like, it's free.
So Wes, you're saying that the dealer gave you a discount?
Yeah, so if you get your own loan, and it varies depending upon, obviously, the time of the month, right, Maddie? Oh.
Sorry?
Depending upon when you buy your car in the dealership, it's cheaper, right, Tom? Is that right?
Well, earlier in the year, the residual percentage is higher, So as the year goes on,
Right.
that will change. When the residual goes down, your lease payment goes up.
I mean, the deals you can get at the end of the month.
When the board was
Yeah.
sparse.
I bought mine on the last day of the month, and they're like, "Oh yeah, 2,500 off."
Well, yeah, but the thing is, if you wait till the last day of the month and they hit their number, they don't give it.
Yeah, right, right. Well, in Bishop's case, you're right. They've been breaking their numbers consistently with the, but the lease is actually a pretty good deal. So my monthly loan cost and the battery lease cost comes to just shy of $300 a month. If you lease, it's $140 a month. And when you get the 2,500, so it's $2,000 down and $140 a month plus tax makes about $151. If you take that whole tax for the 3 years plus the $2,500, that comes plus the $2,000, pardon me, that comes to $2,500. So basically, negate the down payment and the taxes on what you're paying for the lease, and your $140 a month is $140 a month. And if you look at the cost over the 3 year span, just pay $5,000 to lease a car for 3 years. So it's a pretty good deal. I've yet to find anything anywhere close to that with any other vehicle.
We have 500B, had a $99 a month.
In in California or somewhere else?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
But of course, they're losing money, right?
Was that real or was that just to get you into the dealership?
Oh, wow.
It's on the website, yeah.
Okay, well, that's a 4-seater, 2-door vehicle. Mine's a 2-seater, 2-door vehicle. And it's actually pretty good size inside, no question.
Yeah, getting back to your little smart car and the technical side of it, are the paddle regen control available in the US for that?
Yes, yes, you can get the paddle regen control, yes. But as proved by one of our colleagues on the website, at Smart Card of America forums, put some Hall effect sensors on the main battery leads and measured the brake deceleration versus the paddles. The paddles give you control at any time, but the brake will give you a better amperage return. So you can squeeze up to, I think, 95 amps. And it'll show on the little dial how much current you're regenerating or how much power you're regenerating. But if you use the paddles, you only get 60. It does 0, 30, or 60, and with the brake pedal, you can get 90. So, but obviously, in the sense of that, you have to be pressing the brake pedal in order to get that effect, so you might be braking it all. Whereas with the regen paddles, you won't actually be showing the braking occur. Now granted, when you're depressing the brake pedal, you're not actually pressing the brakes. You're just ramping up the regen. So, but people behind you will see you doing that. Like, I don't know, have you guys done that where you just slow to a stop without braking all the time? Yeah, I know you can do that in the I3. That car will stop you if you're not careful.
Yeah, I better won't.
Well, it's a function of whether a car's got creep mode or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Car's got creep, then the regen kicks out about 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, mine has the Smart. Actually, the first 2 generations of Smart did not have creep, and then it was actually one of the highest requested features, so they added creep back in. So mine won't stop me; it'll put me down to 2 miles an hour. It is. Pardon me. It is. I think it freaked enough people out from not braking when stopping.
Let's turn the brake light on once in a while, huh?
Yeah. I use the brakes occasionally just so they don't think I'm not driving it.
I'll tap my brake once in a while if I'm regen braking. Just
Question.
And I think the Tesla Model S, the brake lights come on when the regen kicks in, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when.
If the deceleration is strong.
Oh, really?
Any other questions about Smart? Technical?
I just want to let you know, my sister has a Smart. She's having a blast, loves it. She goes back and forth from Oakland to Berkeley. She has an office, 15 miles a gallon before now.
You reminded me. I know the Tesla, obviously the P85D has the insane 3.20 to 60. The Smart's falsely rated at 11 seconds 0 to 60. It's actually 6.8. which is pretty good. And that's because they don't rate it with what's called the kick down. Now, all Mercedes have this, the B-Class has it, the Smart has it. When you're pressing the accelerator, I hate it what people call the gas pedal. Constantly. That's not a gas pedal. Throttle. Yeah, throttle. Accelerator, throttle. When you get to the bottom, there's a little bit more give, and it feels like pressing a harder button. And when you press it, you just normal acceleration all the way to the end, and then beep, and you kind of just live with all the kick down. When you reach that, it gives you the full max throughput or amperage. So you're, instead of just hitting, I think, what was that? It's like, I think it's 75 amps, and then you can go up to 150 amps, I think, the max. When you do that, it gives you the full, I mean, you can only do it for, I think, a minute, a nonstop minute, and then within that time, you're only allowed to do it so much. It makes them, gets them over really, really hot doing that. But that's where you get the extra acceleration. So if you just accelerate without the kick down, you get 11 seconds or 60. But with the kick down, yeah, set under 7. And when people do that, it's like, whoa, you get that extra throwback, just like you do in the PA5D. But that's one, and yeah, it's also in the B-Class. So if you guys get a chance to, hopefully next month when they come back, we'll get to see the B-Class. You get that kick down effect, and I think it actually is quicker. It's a 6.5 or 6.3 seconds. So that 3,700-pound car does, I mean, Tesla weighs more, right? Tesla's what, 4,200, 4,700? 4,700, yeah. So, of course, it's also a much larger motor. But, yeah, the little Smart goes really quick and surprisingly agile, honestly. It's turning is really good. I've taken quarters at 45, which I wouldn't recommend. It won't flip over. I've actually had a mechanic attempt to knock the car. They're saying, when they had the smart car flipping thing in San Francisco, they're, hey, let's try to flip this over. I'm like, well, it weighs more. They're like, okay, well, we're going to try to do it. No, they didn't flip it, but they didn't get it off its wheels, even after a lot of rocking. Wow. So I'm pretty confident that it would actually probably take a 6-man team to flip the Smart ED over. But it is possible to flip a police cruiser over. So.
Yeah. You just got to go into places like Kentucky or upstate New York. We flip cows all the time.
Any other questions? Okay, well, I don't really have any other information other than what can easily be found on the internet regarding the B-Class. I did have the chance. Did anyone have a chance to test drive the B-Class at all? Nobody? Oh, that's the and Patty. I have tried it myself. I went down when I had my mandatory payment. All right. Well, they wanted me to come in and check the car, make sure everything is running properly. When you lease the battery, you have to go in. If you buy it outright, you don't have to worry about that. But I said, well, when you have my car, can I just take the B-Class? They said no. I'll be right back. Trust me, I know how to drive these things. No. But they did give me an opportunity to drive around, and it was pretty fun. What's up? Question?
Do they charge you for that required maintenance?
Yes. Yeah, I was a little bit distraught about that too. I was like, I thought this was included in the battery lease program. $230.
So what do they do?
They check everything. Battery, do diagnostics. So it takes 8 hours to do it. It's a very long process.
How often do you have to do that?
Once a year.
Do they at least give you a printout of what your battery is?
Yeah, they gave me the entire, you take down a very long sheet full of diagnostic information to tell me exactly what they did. It's very thorough. But it kind of made me upset because it's like, well, let's say 12 months, $230. It's basically $20 a month. That's like an oil change.
They're very thorough, like the Germans.
Well, I appreciate the thoroughness, and I appreciate that they want to take care of me, because Smart does a thing, not just if you buy the ICE version, but if you get the EV version. If for any reason whatsoever you don't want to use the car to drive out of town or whatever, they'll give you a C-Class for free for 7 days.
Wow.
So any C-Class.
Is that just Beshop or?
That's no, we do all of them. You know, we buy it anywhere and you want to like, oh, this car doesn't go far enough, or I want a bigger car, or whatever reason you have whatsoever. This, I don't want it right now. Go over, turn your car in, they'll give you a C-Class of your choice from the lot.
What happens to your car in the meantime?
Well, it just sits on the lot. I mean, I don't think they let people borrow it, but, I appreciate it. I got was it the two-door I can't remember what, C300, I think it was. And it's unlimited miles, unlimited, you know, they don't, you know, it's unlike a normal rental where they charge you for X number of miles or X amount. You don't have to bring it back full. You don't have to bring it, I mean, it's just do whatever you want. It's basically your car, in the meantime. So, don't break it, but, I really appreciate that feature, and all smarts, gas or electric, will get it. Oh, and if you happen to need more than 7 days, they'll extend it. Not like 20 days, but I mean, if you need 10 days, yeah. So.
Is that once a year?
No, unlimited. I mean, you get up to 7 days per year, or as long as you own your smart.
What's the pack size comparison between the B and the Smart?
I actually don't know. I thought it was a 28. Oh, 31. Here we go. Yeah. 31.5 kilowatt hour.
Does it say what the range is on the B?
110 to 120 tends to be. It also has a 10 kilowatt charger, just like the i3 does. It's a SAA combo. So if you can find an SAA combo, you can use 10 kilowatts.
Go with VW.
Well, you know, what's it? Valerie, eMotorworks will charge your through just the J plug. We'll charge it at 10 kilowatt. In fact, we'll charge it at 15 if you could do that. So, if you have a 60 amp circuit at your house and pull that much current out of a 220, so yeah, it's it just does, and that's the nice thing. Beshop actually recently installed NRG's dual 50 amp charger, so they can charge 2 cars very quickly. I think it's 2 hours to charge the backup, roughly.
Do you have the price there on the?
The prices range, I believe, starting 35.5 up to, as I think, if you get every little bell and whistle, it can go as high as plus tax 54,000. And the lease runs, I think the cheapest lease I've seen so far was 350 with 6K down, but the typical lease is anywhere between 500 and 600 with 1,500 to 2K down. Depends on what what deal you're getting from them. So I know they do an unlimited miles deal if you're willing to put a lot of money down. So any other questions about the? I don't have a lot of answers, but I mean you can find a lot of this information on plugging cars. You keep track of that, right, David?
Yeah.
Well, you used to work for plugging cars, right?
Yes, I did.
They keep good stats. I like their stuff. Any questions? Oh,
I just gonna make a comment. You said the $80 lease for the battery. It's actually $100 because they throw in that little required maintenance.
Yeah, effectively, yeah, it turns into 100. But
Yeah.
If you buy the car outright and you don't buy the battery, you don't have to get the maintenance. But yeah, lease the battery or lease the car, and maintenance is required. So, any other questions? If not, we'll break and do. Oh, what's up?
Things to say?
All right, yeah, Maddie's had some comments, so let's hear from her.
No, we got shirts. They're half off now. So step 10.
You only get half a shirt now?
Yeah, the shirts are now 5 because we're still talking about getting a new design. So it's Weston, Kent, and I have to come up with something so we can. Yes.
Do you have shirts from the parade?
Those are all sold out. Where'd Marina go? We're out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, those went like that. I know we had another round of selling them right after the event, where people could order them, but it was immediately after. We have it's got the Guinness logo on it, and so we have limited licensing, so that's the issue. So we're gonna get another club shirt. Let's see, if you had coffee or donuts, please donate. We appreciate it. Last personal classified ad, I have a 2011 lead for sale, so see if you're interested. Any other announcements for everyone else? This is a good time. David?
I do have a question, query request. I'm after that into the charge, so if someone should let me access to one of the charging stations.
Sure.
Please.
Gonna move.
Okay.
It's not plugged in.
Where's Ron?
Came up to the gate from my house to talk to Paul.
If anyone would know about charging here, it would be Ron.
David, I think Rolling Stones offers 1 hour for free. I don't know.
All right, okay.
That's me, David.
Hmm?
All me.
Okay.
Any other announcements for everyone? Wes, anything else, or we
We're good.
are adjourned. Thank you for coming.